What the fuck is up? If it wasn't for coronavirus, I would be probably getting fucked up. I don't even know if I should put Trade Zero in the title and say these things, but yes. Nah, it wasn't even a good day. It's green light, but it wasn't even a good day. It's fucking buzzing. It's Friday. Mad Avicii. That's how it is. Oh yeah. I didn't realize how white my teeth were. Pretty white considering how much I brushed them. This is the Trade Zero day 11 or something, I think. We've grew the small account about 20%. I've stuck to a rule where I only really trade overextended gap downs. No, gap and craps with high volume resistance and back holders. So I haven't really took a trade the last few days. Like the market went from no volume to explosive volume, where there was no trade to no, it was dangerous to trade because there was no trade, right? So when one trade come on, everyone jumped in it and it would squeeze. And now we've come to the market's exploded, and now it's too dangerous to trade because it's explosive, right? So it's absolutely crack as how the market's changing. We need it to settle down a bit, but I'm sitting like sometimes as the famous trader once said, there's a time to go long, a time to go short, and a time to fish. And sometimes it's good to take days off. Like I don't want to blow up. I don't want to do this challenge and blow up in front of you. So sometimes I need to be careful. And like there was a couple of like higher account stuff I took on a different account, but with Trade Zero, being careful, really shorting the true best shorts. And there was none today. There was just none. So we can go through the sector, we can go through the market. And I've just come off the phone to Dan Pipitone. He's basically the co-founder of Trade Zero. So obviously doing this challenge got some attention. And he's got an announcement coming up. And I'll make a separate video and I'll post that tomorrow. But if you want to learn, if you want to trade with Trade Zero, I have an affiliate link below. But if you want to learn more about shortening, the mechanics of shortening and the tools and techniques and the way to do it, there's a webinar with, I'm not sure if it's hosted by Dan, but there's a webinar on October 6th, and it's short selling with Trade Zero. That's the title. So, but I'll do a separate video and I'll publish that tomorrow because I want to. That's basically an interview with the guy, and it's interesting, the thing with Trade Zero, because the interview I do with him, it covers a lot of the positive aspects of the business and the fact that he's kind of he's made short selling available to the masses. And it's true, before Trade Zero, you had to have a big account before you could short sell. So it was a privilege for the rich and for those with big accounts. With these guys that changed the industry, so I was really keen to talk to him about it. But there's also some not so good things about Trade Zero, and there's people complain about certain things. So he will address them on that webinar, which I think is pretty cool. So it's like not all good. It's just transparency. So let's just go through the trades of the day. If I can just get on. And then we'll go through your comments and stuff like that. So 1 sec, I will share the screen. Guys, let's get, hit like, hit subscribe. If you want to. Okay. So the trades, not many great trades today. I mean, we can look at the runners in order. I guess that's the best way. And then if you've got any questions about tickers and stuff like that, we can hit it up. CBAT was the obvious runner today. CBAT is tanking right now. Big gap. I traded CBAT yesterday, and it was a really weird. It's a really weird ticker. So yes. So this is yesterday, right? Popped up, was choppy. I was short around here, came down. And then I just took it off because it wasn't breaking down properly. And then you had this crazy squeeze into the twos. Then you had this crazy squeeze into the fours. So it was CBA was a really difficult ticker, as if how you would play it today. I just took it at the open. I was like, look, this gap's massive. I took 100 shares. I didn't want to risk it in a small account. And we got the dump. Now it's weirdly coming back. Took a couple of L's, and I don't want to end my weekend badly. I mean, I finished up like 300. But I mean, I think this isn't going to kind of squeeze much more. So that's CBA that we've got. Let's just change the scan to Durant to make sure we're not getting shit. The computer's been running software all day. So SYPR. And 1 sec. I'm worried that this is going to like slow shit down. So I'm just going to try and close as many things as I can, guys, because I just don't want stuff to fuck up. Save that. Just even the small things like Word and Excel can go. Okay, hopefully we're going to be a bit better. Let's try this again. So SYPR was the second runner. It was a weird one because with SYPR you had this like 60 million resistance. So for me it's a short all day, but it was trading weirdly and thin. Like for me, this now is a short, and I've got borrows. And like it never, the next day opens well, and it's near its highs. Like not near its highs, obviously its highs are the twos, 180s. I took the short pre-market, got this, took this profit, then I reshorted VWAP, took the profit. And then when it killed round, I was like, oh, should I take it into VWAP again? I was like, I'll just give it a minute. And then it ripped and squeezed. And I'm like, now that it's ripped and squeezed, it's kind of fucked the pattern for us. But if it does what it's done previously, is like runs, fails, like red day. And then it's probably by history, it's going to be in the 140s tomorrow. But because it's squeezed, it kind of puts us off trading it, and it's Friday and anything can happen. AIHS just got stopped out of that. I mean, again, like it's gap and fail, massive drop, gap and fail. Then today, for whatever reason, it's not really a gap and fail anymore because, and this reminds us of JE, was it? JE was kind of the same, like same chart, gap fill, but then JE, it pushed, fell, and then that wasn't then. That was here. This is when I think I maybe lost, pushed, and then ran its second day. And AIHS is kind of reminding us of JE. It's like it should. I mean, it's a 15 million float. Everyone from who's bag holding here is now out. But it's not gapped and filled. It's had a first green day, then pushed. So it's a bit of a different pattern. But again, I was short AIHS. Took it around the... I actually caught it up here because I caught it in the 102s, 103s. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? This is a squeeze. Took a starter, like hardly anything, like $400. And then added in. Covered into the morning wash. Reshorted VWAP. Got stopped out. Then it dropped, reshorted VWAP, got stopped out, and I'm not trading anymore because I've been stopped out twice. I still made like 100 odd on it, despite taking 1 win and 2 losses. But as for IHS now, I mean, we've got pretty much a triple top here. Looks like it could have a third green there. Looks like it could squeeze or it looks like it could come down. It's not a long or a short. And again, I mean, I reiterate, like, there's no plays. Like, I have to, in a small account, I have to just sit pretty, I guess. SGBX. It's short the resistance. It should come down. Did come down. Thing with SGBX is I couldn't. I mean, look, the borrows were expensive. Let's be honest. Borrows were too expensive, and I missed the main move. No, sometimes I'm up at like 7. The borrows are cheaper at 7, and you've catching it near the top. I would have took this at 420. Looking at its previous history of gap fill. But I just missed the top. Then the borrows are too expensive to buy at mid-range. It's simple as that. CBAT, we've already gone over, right? CBAT was the pushed, huge gap up. The thing with the gap up is that all longs are looking to take profits when as soon as they've got a sign of weakness, which is aka here in the 370s before the open. If it doesn't push at the open, it's done. And obviously we can see, despite a 6 million shares traded over the first 2 minutes of the open, couldn't push a few fucking percent. Couldn't push 3-4%, considering it's up like 300-400, whatever the number, all the way down. I mean, you'd expect, you've already had it, this VWAP rejection. I mean, anything can happen in this market, but I see that just coming back down for the rest of the day, and then probably a gap down tomorrow, gap down over the weekend. Can't see this opening anywhere other than the 190s, 180s, 170s, maybe the 2s max. Can't see this opening anywhere other than the 2s on Monday unless they announce some news or something happens. To be honest, it's a good short that I should take because fuck. When we get off this webinar, I'm probably taking this short. Honestly, I'll take it in the 275s, swing it over the weekend, covering the 2s. That's the aim. I'll just let you. SYPR was another weird one because I got another gap and crab back hold that chart. You see all this resistance. We've kind of already gone over it. For whatever reason, it's squeezed. It was very thin. I didn't get that. That's it. Really, nothing much to go over. We can quickly go over some questions. Good day. A couple of hundred. I think I had about a 4K a week, nearly 5K a week. Hang on, let's see what I made. Like it's me second. I made 4,348. That was stupid. Short and apple. I did all right. 4,300, but you can see down 1.8 with fees. I'm down 2.8. It's actually a red month. I might be able to turn it around. But I'm up $40,800. Should hit 50. And I don't mind this, like 10 green, like say the year closes 10 green, 2 red. Average green month, 6,500. That's a lot of money to make on a green month. Like average green month, you make $6,500. It's like £5,000. That's loads of money that on a green month. But red months ultimately come, but on like that's 3 to 1, 3 and a bit to 1. But on average red month, look, I took 2 and lost about $2,000 on both. 1.8 and 2. That should be like, I'm hoping this will be like 1.4, 1.8, 1.8, 1.8. By the time I finish the month, they'll both be like 1.8, 1K-ish losses, like whatever. Is what it is, but my green months are much bigger. You have to, like, September was quiet. I struggled, honestly, and I overtraded, and I'm moving home. So many reasons. But nonetheless, like, good end. Like, sorry, that's different month. But I mean, when you look back, that's fucking crazy. Like when you look back to May, like when the market was hot, like 15K net every day green, 3.7, 3.2, 3.7, 3.4, 1,008, 2,008, 1.82. Like I haven't got worse at trading in the last 5 months. Just market changes, stuff like that. You go Steve Ellery, yes, Jonks. Friday vibes, absolutely. Just watched STT episode 166. I think that was something about the basics and getting into stock trading. What's it like being back in England? Good. Pretty happy. I think I'm planning on staying here till January, February. Then I'll keep traveling the world. What is TradeZero paying you? Right now, affiliates, but hopefully a big salary in the future. Let's say. But I'm sure trading will always be the main income. Ever held through $7 loss of squeeze, then pulled it off as a good trade? Maybe a few years ago. What's up, bro? Hey, Tan. I paid 750 commissions in one day on a 4,000 account with TZ. Was using what I was. $750 in commissions. But how the fuck do you do that? You must be trading sub penny, which you're not meant to, eh? $4,000. That's a weird one. You have to take that up with them. I have no clue. Salva, please trying to figure out if this is a late day squeeze potential. This is why I'm here, Freeman, to give you advice. Late day squeeze. Honestly, for me, this is a good short. Look, it's up too much. A lot of shorts are underwater, so it's not my favorite short. This setup in this area, if it was like backdropped on massive downward chart for the bag holders, I prefer it. This is like a bit scary because it's a very strong stock in a hot sector. You've got this kind of trend, and it's like supporting above the trend, which is what stocks do before the squeeze. It could squeeze. Yeah, the intraday price action suggests that it could squeeze. It's in a hot sector that suggests it could squeeze. The volume is not really enough to suggest it could squeeze. The volume's not there for it to squeeze. The float's not really too low for it to squeeze with the volume as well. I don't know if it's, but I don't think it's going to squeeze. I wouldn't think so, no. It doesn't have the volume and it doesn't have the low enough float. And it has never squeezed recently before. I mean, look, it's after hours to push it. I don't know if it's just going to squeeze. I don't think so. I just think it might grind. Or it might hold, and then they'll push some news out over the weekend and get it through the 11:30s. I don't think it'll squeeze. They'll just keep it ticking nicely, and then they'll have some news after hours. Or if it squeezes, it's after hours when there's no volume. But I don't think it's capable of doing that at the open. I mean, now. But yeah, I wouldn't short this. Like, it's not a short. If it's not a bad, I mean, get rid of that. You've got some resistance, not really anyway. I mean, you've got resistance in the 11s, but it's miles away. The only real resistance point is here. If it doesn't break down here, and it doesn't really break down at the after hours high, I mean, if you can give it to 11, if it goes past 11, I just cut it. Oh, maybe wait and see what happens at 2 o'clock. And like at 2 o'clock, it's either going to 2:30, it's going to push or it's going to fail. But I can't really give you any more advice than that. It looks pretty strong, but it doesn't seem like it's about to break down to me. I have to run, mate. Peace. What's up? Keep grinding. Thank you. Great week. Yeah, four grand or something. Worst score on trading. I lost 8 this month. I lost 8 grand in about 10 days. 5 on one and 3 on another because it was quiet. It was dumb as fucking hell. Lost 8 grand and thankfully I've made about 6.5 back, so I'm only a little bit red. This month was my worst trading ever. I got a short SPI from 12. Oh. It's a weird squeeze, eh? A little short squeeze from the 9s to the 12s. Missed that, but came down. Nice. When I was with Trade Zero, initially it was $600. I used to trade with a $600 account, and I'd flip 600 into 5K, then 1 into 10, then 5 into 15. That was all this year. I started with Trade Zero with $600 and just used the leverage and flipped the accounts. Thanks for the insight. Sounds good. It's a wrap. I'm glad that we're done. And happy Friday. Live the dream. We will not fail. See you motherfuckers back on Monday. There'll be a video with the Trade Zero CEO tomorrow. Peace. Gotta get you.